New York City is in the midst of its most permissive era since the Roaring Twenties. Studio 54 and a bunch of other discos are packed most nights, fueled by cocaine and lust. Cyberites, such as Andy Warhol, Truman Capote, and their crews smirk in photos that dominate the city's tabloid newspapers. Life is good for the party people, and also for the street criminals.
I think those are celebrities. You sure they weren't celebrities?
Which one? Well, why don't you read the book again and let's see what it is. I'll spell it. Sybarrites. No, that's not celebrities. I don't know, Bill O'Reilly wrote this book. He wrote this book because I trust him with it. He treats me fairly. I trust Bill. But lawbreaking is a contagion that, once ignored, moves quickly into the extreme. In 1978, there will be nearly 150,000 violent acts committed in New York City, including more than 1,800 murders and 5,200 rapes. That's a big number. By contrast, there were fewer than 300 murders reported in 2018. In 2018 New York City. By contrast, there were fewer than 300 murders reported in 2018 New York City. By contrast, there were fewer than 300 murders reported in 2018 New York City, 40 years later. The city is also broke, trying to dig out from a fiscal crisis that has been going on for years. In 1975, New York City officials asked the federal government to provide funding in order to avoid the embarrassment of bankruptcy. It's very embarrassing. President Gerald Ford said absolutely not. In the face of the chaos, Ed Couch, a flamboyant politician who will come to despise Donald Trump, has just been sworn in that January as mayor, winning 50% of the vote, more than 9 points ahead of his liberal opponent, Mario Cuomo. Couch ran on a promise to clean up the city, making it great again, if you will. Don't you steal my line from me. But Mayor Couch and the other politicians who run New York as well. But Mayor Couch, that's right, Couch or Couch? Couch.
New York mayor,
the guy that hates me. Ed Couch. I think that's right. Let's just stick with that. It doesn't matter what his name is. The guy hates me, and that's what's important. He hates me.